There we go. Don't want to forget that. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope you're having a fantastic morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I want to start off today with a little bit of gratitude, as per usual. You might be able to hear my little man in the background squealing away, but he's growing every single day, and just the joys of watching him grow and giggle. I'm very grateful for having that opportunity. It's a beautiful sunny day out today. I was out to spend time on the balcony with him, which is amazing. So I'm very grateful for that, and to have a balcony. Lots of people here don't have that luxury. So I'm very grateful for that. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity to listen to somebody else this morning. Deanna has been willing to jump in and help out, which is awesome. So I've got my notebook ready, my pen ready, and I'm looking forward to hearing from someone else. I really appreciated all the input we had yesterday in the chat. I'm very grateful for that. I didn't talk about anything that I had planned for. We just kind of went off the cuff because there were so many people getting involved, which was amazing, which is exactly what I'd like for this community to become. So I'm very grateful for yesterday. And grateful for this morning. I got to put some more of this week's episodes up on Spotify. So they're up and ready to go. So chuck your gratitude into the chat. I don't want to take too much time away from Deanna. So I will hand it over to you. And if you feel like it, you can read some of the chat gratitude, or if you want to just get straight into it, you feel whatever you feel is necessary.
Okay, I'll see how it goes here. Okay. Some of it might depend on just that a little bit of the multitasking. So I'm still learning how to do the reading the chat as well as presenting. So
no worries. You'll get there. It's all practice. It's all fun.
It is. Yeah, it's all practice. Oh, I'm struggling with my light. I have a room that's a little bit dark, and I had this last week where the light wasn't quite right. So I'm just going to get that set, and then I'll get started. Maybe it's just more on my end. I'm a little bit dark. Sorry about that. I'll fix that for next time.
Looks fine on my end, to be honest.
It's not bad? Okay.
Yeah, looks fine.
Good. All right. Well, good morning. Hope everyone's having a wonderful morning, getting ready for the day. And this, is a really good way to start the day. Start with gratitude. And I see we have a number of people putting their, those gratitudes in the chat this morning. So hope you're doing well. Let me see here. Grateful for being able to attend this session. Grateful so deeply for my wonderful partner. I'm so happy and grateful to be growing with this group, learning focused on our goals. Grateful for a new day to learn, grow, and be with family. Grateful for a new day, health, and my family. That seems to be like there's a lot of gratitude around, having today, the day ahead, a new day. Grateful, health, family, new day. Grateful for my family and friends who have become my family, and that I have a warm winter jacket for this Alberta weather. Yes, isn't that so true, right? We take some of those kind of necessities of life for granted, many of us. So yeah, a warm jacket, a warm home, a fridge full of food. That sat really well with me, and I don't remember who had said it originally, but just, some of the, like I said, things that we often take for granted. So good. Excellent. Yes, Alberta weather has been chilly. I live in Alberta as well, so I can relate. So we'll get started today. Last week, I gave some background about myself and, my trading journey, and then my other business where I teach health and wellness classes called Qigong. And so today I want to spend a little more time on the topic, getting a little deeper into the topic that I presented just really, really briefly at the end of the session. And so today I think we'll have a little more opportunity to go a little deeper into that topic, and any questions, anywhere that you want to contribute, go ahead and do so in the chat. And so I'm going to come back to the positive self-talk, and we'll start there, and then we're going to go into a little deeper into self-talk and the I am affirmation statement. So we got a little more coming in, I think, into the chat. Oh, maybe it just bounced around here on me. That might have been my end. I was thinking I had another grateful, but not right now. Okay, so I have a few references, and I'm going to just quote those quickly, and then we'll go on. And so doing my research, I have my own personal practice so this is coming from my, my own personal practice, and then I have adapted it from different teachers and instructors through the years. And I'm just looking for my list. I apologize, because I think that's important, that those individuals that have, I have become inspired through. Sorry, I don't have it handy. So it's similar to last week. It was some online research where I have some health websites that I really enjoy reading information and articles, research articles from. Also, Dr. Wayne Dyer, I think I mentioned that it was Mr. Wayne Dyer, it's Dr. Wayne Dyer, and also some Qigong instructors that are part of my practice, and Louise Hay from many years of practice with her information. And I have one quote that I'm going to include, and it's actually from a long, long time ago, and I'll include that as we get going. So I can't remember the individual's name, and then that part's not so important. It's more the information. So words are powerful. Use words in a positive way. Keep your self-talk positive. I am phrases, I am affirmations, statements. So these will allow to transform or change the self-talk. So maybe you're finding that you're just maybe not quite where you want to be, or you're working towards certain goals. And so these affirmations will allow to shift, to change. Now, it does take some time, and I'm going to talk about that here in a moment, of the habits, the practice. And so self-talk affirmations, the I am affirmations, they are powerful. So if we find that we tend to be in more of that negative place or pessimistic kind of place in our lives, this type of practice will be really, really beneficial. Now, again, I come back to it will take some practice. We can't change anything in just one try. Just keep trying, right? Keep implementing. And so that's really, what I found for my own self over the years, that it's I keep looking after myself. I talk about what you see with me is kind of what you get. Like I'm the individual that's going to walk the walk. So sometimes I'm doing that really, really well. And sometimes I have a lot of learning lessons or the mistakes. I'm learning from the mistakes that become my lessons. So I hope each of you are just patient with yourself and allow those lessons to happen. And then that way the growth happens. Good. Yeah, Jake, absolutely. It's all about the growth. Okay, so with regards to self-talk, I'm just going to, kind of explain a little bit about self-talk, and we'll go into those I am affirmations. As I said last week, it was quite quick. So today I want to spend a little more time and bring more feeling and belief into those I am statements. Self-talk is internal dialogue. It's influenced by your subconscious mind, and it reveals, your thoughts, beliefs, questions, and ideas. Self-talk can both be negative and positive. It can be encouraging, and it can be distressing. Much of our self-talk depends on our personality. If you're an optimist, your self-talk may be more hopeful and positive. The opposite is generally true if you tend to be a pessimist. So this is, I see this in my own family. I'm the optimist, or I say maybe even optimist with being real, right? Realistic, so that kind of combination. And I have other members that would be more on the pessimistic side. And so, I find that those individuals, it doesn't mean that it isn't possible to change those beliefs and those views. It just, as I said before, it just takes some practice. So much of what we're talking about with regards to self-talk is we want to shift it from negative, if it is negative, or create these habits, because possibly you're already more of an optimistic type person. You're setting goals for yourself and you're wanting to achieve these goals. And a good way is through these I am statements. So positive thinking and as an optimistic thinking can be effective in stress management. Having a more positive outlook on life can provide you with health benefits. So there's many of them. I'm not listing them today, but if you do a little research on that, it's it's reducing stress, less chance of anxiety and these types of mental health kind of problems, and overall better focus, being able to work towards our goals, knowing, staying on task. So it includes, increasing mental skills, thinking differently, problem solving, more creative problem solving, more efficient at coping with hardships and challenges. And and I talked about stress and anxiety. So negative self-talk, if you believe your self-talk is too negative, or if you want to emphasize the positive self-talk, you can learn to shift that inner dialogue. It can help you to be a more positive person and just overall, improving health, become effective and consistent in your day-to-day life. So we can bring this into our trading, right? We can bring this into where trading then is more effective overall for us, as we're more patient with ourselves, we're more kind to ourselves in the actual learning process, as well as when we're actually taking the trade. Self-talk generally falls into 4 categories. Personalizing, you blame yourself for everything. Magnifying, you focus on the negative aspects of situations, ignoring any and all of the positive. You catastrophize, I'm not going to say that right, catastrophizing, like make it too big, right? Too gigantic, the expectation of the worst. You rarely let logic or reason persuade you otherwise. So, you kind of, where you fall in this. Polarizing, you see the world in black or white. It's either good or bad. There's nothing in between and no middle ground for processing and categorizing life events. When you recognize the type of negative thinking, you can then turn this into positive thinking. This task requires, and I keep saying this, practice, time, and does not develop overnight. But the good news is that it can be done. Okay, so we can, through affirmation, we personalize. It's important to personalize these. So today, the ones I'm going to work with, there's a variety of them, and it's going to be in an area of gratitude and self-love. And so make them personal, because that's where the belief will become from. Like, we believe in the words. There's certain words that are going to be meaningful to you. So I want you to include those. And you may need to start out in a small way and build on those words. So I know for myself over the years, there was maybe some that it's just like, that just didn't seem achievable to me, or just didn't sit right. Maybe achieve isn't the right word, just maybe didn't sit quite right, because we maybe have some trigger words. And so I want you then to take these ideas that I'm going to include today as a bit of a opportunity for you to think about what words are meaningful to you. So affirmations alone cannot produce change in every situation. If your affirmation focuses on a statement that you do not accept as true, the affirmation may have little effect. As you say the affirmation, believe in the words to be true, feel them in your heart. Be consistent with your practice, be patient. It may take some time before you notice any changes. Stick with your I am affirmations or adjust them. If you find that they're just not quite right for you, then adjust till it feels right. You're going to come up with those right words. Trigger words, Jake is saying, are extremely important to become aware of both the negative and the positive. Absolutely, both sides. So it doesn't need to be a negative, right? It can be that there's some trigger words for positive as well. So we're going to repeat these affirmations for a minimum of 21 days, repeat daily or more frequently as you feel right. It feels right in the day to repeat it more often. I'm going with the 2190 rule, and I did some little bit of looking into this. I've heard about this in the past. I keep hearing 21 days. You hear 30 days to create a habit. So in 21 days, it helps to build a good habit and a better life. And this coming from, it's quite some time ago, the original book. Of course, there's many variations of this since. This would have been from the early 1960s, some of the first self-help books that were written at that time. New way to get more living out of life, 21 days to form a new habit. So practice for 21 days. And then we're able to take that old mental image of ourselves and dissolve it into a new habit. So we're forming a new habit in the 21 days. And then after the 21 days, we establish the new habit. This is where it becomes part of us. We really believe it then. In the beginning, it might be a little more of an effort, right? So we wanted to take it from being an effort to being natural. And that's once a habit is formed, then it becomes more natural. So it takes approximately 90 days. Now, for some people, that might be a little bit longer, some a little shorter. So it depends on, where you're at in your journey right now. Okay. Good. So is there anything that anyone has any questions right now before I get into some I am gratitude and self-love type affirmations? And I'm going to do this as a little bit of a meditation or just a quiet opportunity for you to participate in the words that I'm going to say, those affirmations. And I want you then to start seeing if these are maybe some words that work for you and that you can feel comfortable in the words. Any questions or anything that anyone wants to contribute at this time?
So just on that topic of creating a habit, it's a very, very common thing that I think we've all heard before is 21 days to create a habit, 21 days to create a habit. But I think it also is really important to understand the frequency of how often you're doing that habit. If you spend 21 days and you do something twice a week, you're doing it 6 times. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so it's really important that when you're practicing this habit or when you're trying to drive something in, it's the repetition and the frequency and how often you're doing it during this time period. And if you're doing something twice a day, every day without fail, and you're sticking it to it and getting the emotions into these words and doing it properly with 100% intent and not just going through the process.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference between doing it with intent and doing it just because you were told to. But the frequency and the ambition at which we do these tasks is how hard that's going to drive it into your to your subconscious and into your behaviors, and which is going to form that habit. And exactly as Deanna said, it's about taking it from something that takes effort and conscious thought into something that's just natural. Like when you finish eating your dinner and you're going to bed, you almost without fail, I mean, depending on how you're raised, we'll go, I need to brush my teeth, right? And then you don't think about how you brush your teeth. You don't do it. You just walk into the bathroom and it's done. You can almost do it while chatting to someone.
Absolutely.
But when you were first learning, this was difficult. The hand-eye coordination, the figuring it out, the remembering to do it all the time. And this is exactly the same process. And so it's about the frequency of which we do it over the period of time and the intent of how we do it as to how quickly and easily it'll become a habit. So please go ahead. I find that
yeah,
really
no, that's great. Thank you, Jake. I agree.
Habits.
Yeah, because and like be patient with yourself. So if you do miss a day or the time that you usually would incorporate this practice, it can be done like throughout the day. It doesn't have to be only just sit down and practice your affirmations. Maybe you have a moment in between. Maybe it's your lunch break or a quick coffee break or those kinds of things. Those are good. But then it's also important to have that just quiet, dedicated time for yourself to work on this self-care and create the habit. Create that habit, because then, like Jake said, it then becomes something you can do as you do other things in your life that become part of a good positive habit, like brushing your teeth is a good example. Because right, for some people that's not necessarily a good habit and they have to create that, right, to create those positive qualities in themselves.
Exactly. And as you said, be forgiving to yourself, be patient. If you want to do something twice a day every day but you fail a day, don't go, oh, that's it, I can't do this, I'm stopping. Just get back on the horse. I have a rule on my board: don't fail twice. That's my goal, because like things happen in life. You can't beat yourself up. Like I'm trying to jog every day, and to be perfectly honest, I haven't had a jog all week. But on my thing, I've got here: don't fail twice. So if I don't do something that day, I'll go extra hard to do it the next day. But don't beat yourself up. Don't get so down and hard on yourself. Everyone's different. Like something that might take me a week to pick up might take Deanna 2 weeks. Something that takes her 2 weeks might take me 3 years. We're built differently. We've come from different places. Like, don't beat yourself up just because you can't do it something as you're told. But if you've got the intent and you're trying and giving it the effort and you make a mistake, doesn't matter. Just keep going. It's like it's only you against you. Like you're doing something to benefit yourself. So don't beat yourself up if you fail at something. Just get back on the horse. I just thought it was really key when you said don't be kind to yourself. I think it's really important.
Yeah. Well, and I see that too much in in what I offer in my classes, where people get a little bit upset with themselves, say, for example, and that they maybe missed a day of their practice or didn't get to a class. And it's okay, you know, you don't want to miss, like you say, you know, for yourself, Jake, you know, don't make that mistake twice, or, you know, you want to become consistent, right? So you don't want to miss too many classes, or you don't want to miss too many days of creating these habits, because then it is like you are starting again, right? And that's okay too, because sometimes we need a reset, right? But for like, part of it is be consistent. So if that be consistent is once a day for 5 minutes, if that be consistent is every other day as you get going, just be consistent and then gentle with yourself. Absolutely. But do the work, right? Because the work doesn't happen. Like it's a doing. How I put it is, this is a doing type practice. We can, you know, put a little thought into it. You know, good thing is, I guess this is thinking. It is about thinking, but let's put then positive thinking towards it, not negative. Because if we keep, you know, getting after ourselves, well, that is working into the negative self-talk, right? We talked about negative self-talk, positive. And Lorraine mentions, you know, never quit on yourself. Absolutely. And that's really what this is all about. If you're always moving towards creating those new habits, creating the positive self-talk, you're going in the right direction. That's exactly what this is all about.
Exactly. And it's all about that consistency.
Leah mentioned about emotion, add in emotion. Sorry, Jake, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, it's all about that consistency as well. You know, it's like we were talking about the other day, like yesterday, you know, be kind to yourself. Like if you're going through a struggle and you're going through a hard time, if you can keep up like just the bare minimum while you're doing the hard thing, keep up whatever it is you're trying to do, just keep it up the bare minimum every second day, but just keep pushing through that troublesome time. Then you will come out so much stronger on the other side and be able to do it every day with ease when things are going well, than if you had just said, oh, things are too hard, I'm going to stop and start again when they get better. Because everyone can do things when it's easy. And I say, you know, everyone can go for a jog when it's perfect weather and sunny. And there's a group who are saying, come on, let's go jogging. But in order to get up and go for a jog at 4 a.m. when it's raining, that takes the dedication. That's where you grow. That's where you become the new person. So if you're starting a habit and you have something fail or you have trouble and you feel like, oh, I can't do this habit anymore, just try to do the bare minimum and hold on through the struggle. And as soon as you get outside the struggle, the regular efforts will be like, man, if I could do it during that period of time, like if I can keep going during that, I can do it with ease now when things are smooth sailing, you know?
Absolutely. Like it becomes, you're breaking through what was once a barrier. Now it's like, okay, like I can do this and I feel good when I do it, right? I come away, you know, the jogging, right? You feel good about yourself. Maybe in the beginning, it's, you know, yes, it's a bit of a effort. There's, you know, some days a bit of a grind, right? It's not so effortless, but you get into where it's like, I feel really good at the end, or 3 days later, or 2 days later, or whatever that is, because you just, it becomes natural and part of who you are. It's for your exercise, for your mental health. You know, we know that the endorphins, right? That it's all, you know, those running and exercising is so good for us. So yeah, you've been there. You know that, yeah, I can, okay, in the beginning, maybe I don't feel so good because it takes, you know, the body has to get used to it. But once you push through that and get to the next level, it's that going through those layers, right? Going through to the next plateau of, you know, pushing through. Okay, it was a bit of a block. Now it isn't, because I know that 4 times a week I'm going to be getting out exercising or jogging or whatever it is that is your physical fitness, because we all need physical fitness, right? And so if jogging isn't your physical fitness, find what is for you, right? Is it a nice long walk, a power walk, a hiking? Maybe it's getting to the gym, right? Because then you can say, well, you're fair weather. You don't need to worry about rain and snow and all those kinds of things if I'm going to the gym and exercising in the gym with a group of people. Maybe I have a home gym set up. I can use that when the weather's not quite so nice. Yeah, so I agree, Jake. Absolutely. Good. That's a good explanation around, you know, exactly what you're going through right now. It doesn't mean you're giving up on yourself. Just this week wasn't the week to incorporate that that running practice, right? So good, excellent. Okay, so I'm going to come back to Leah's kind of feedback here in the chat. do the affirmations, the statements, and maybe you're going to find that you shorten them. Maybe you'll make them longer, right? Suitable for you, but do them with emotion, like feel that emotion. And again, an area you may need to practice. I know for myself that was important. I have that tendency that I'm, like I say, more of an optimist. And so but with that, there's times where life can be challenging, life can be difficult, and I would need to remind myself. And so some of those reminders may be, maybe there's one affirmation, like I have many of them here today that we're going to incorporate. I still got a little bit of time for that. I found in the beginning what worked really well when I was being gentle with myself was make a note and place it somewhere. Maybe it's on your bathroom mirror, a little sticky note, or maybe you're a little fancier. Place something in maybe your bedroom somewhere that you would see it multiple times a day. And then that's your affirmation. So make it really manageable, that kind of length. Maybe it's something like just like one that pops out here. I am wise, right? So just, and then that's meaningful to you, and you keep working on that. You keep allowing yourself to work with that positive feeling. How does that feel in the heart center? And then maybe, that 21 days, 30 days, 2 months, 3 months down the road, you change that. You change that affirmation. Once you feel that and you're living that, what's the next one that I want to work on? Okay, we're getting down to about 8 minutes here, so I'm going to go through. I want you just to get really comfortable. Take some deep breaths. If you're comfortable with eyes closed, you can softly close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths. Clear the mind. Just release and relax. Another deep breath. I am affirmations of gratitude and self-love. You could say these to yourself inside, internalize, or with affirmations, it's also powerful to verbalize or just maybe a soft words of affirmation. I am thankful for this day. And then I repeat, I am thankful for this day. Really sit with that. Allow that to be in our hearts. And that came through quite a bit this morning, where many people were thankful for the day ahead. I'm thankful for all the good things happening in my life. I am thankful for all the good things happening in my life. I am thankful for all the learning experiences. I am thankful for all the learning experiences. I am wise. I am wise. I am intelligent in every sense. I am intelligent in every sense. I am calm and relaxed in all circumstances. I am calm and relaxed in all circumstances. I am successful in every area of my life. I am successful in every area of my life. I am successfully taking steps in the right direction. I am successfully taking steps in the right direction. I am kind and understanding to others. I am kind and understanding to others. I am kind and understanding with myself. I am kind and understanding with myself. I am worthy of love and respect. I am worthy of love and respect. I am worthy of all the good things that happen to me. I am worthy of all the good things that happen to me. I am thankful for the skills I have gained through every life experience. I am thankful for the skills I have gained through every life experience. I am ready to take on new goals. I am ready to take on new goals. I am actively taking steps towards my goals. I am actively taking steps towards my goals. I am patient. I am patient. I am patient with others. I am patient with others. I am patient with myself. I am patient with myself. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. I am successful. I am successful. I am wealthy. I am wealthy. I am attracting healthy and loving friendships. I am attracting healthy and loving friendships. I am graceful. I am graceful. I am grateful for my family and friends. I am grateful for my family and friends. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for my life. I am thankful for my overall health. I am thankful for my overall health. I am a perfect partner for my perfect partner. I am a perfect partner for my perfect partner. I am blessed with inspiration and hope. I am blessed with inspiration and hope. I am inspiring people through my work. I am inspiring people through my work. I am not pushed by my problem. I am led by my dream. I am not pushed by my problem. I am led by my dream. I am love and light. My heart is full. I am love and light. My heart is full. I am living a life of abundance. I am living a life of abundance. I'm excited for the next. What is next? I'm excited for the next. What is next? Just taking a couple more deep breaths. Maybe there was some words there that really sat, really filled up your heart. You could really allow yourself to believe those words. Couple deep breaths. And with repetition, over time, being consistent, you start to create the positive self-talk, the positive words. Thank you, Jake, for allowing me to contribute today. We have a couple minutes. If anyone had anything they wanted to share just before we get going to our next commitment for the day.
Love it. Thank you. Yeah, that was great.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll do something like that next week as well, and we can maybe make it something that's routine, so we could all get used to that. And if you were listening to that and anything did, as Deanna said, if anything stuck out to you, like if you were going through them and one of them hit you hard or hit you in the heart and you got the emotion from it, maybe write that down and understand like that was probably one of your trigger words, and it could have been a positive one. It could have been, oh, I need to work on that for sure. It could have been like, oh, I feel really good about that. Like for me, I think you said, I'm the perfect partner for my perfect partner. And that put a smile on my face. And I was like, that's, means I'm in a good state. And so like that phrasing is something that is a positive trigger word for me. And so now I can use that phrase and it's going to bring a lot more emotion than if I just said, I am a good match for my partner, for example. So just that different phrasing in the way that I hadn't heard it before and how I may have said it usually, like those trigger words used in the same sentence just brings a whole bunch more of emotion. And it's really important to understand who you are and some of those words for yourself. And so if any of those really hit for you, write them down, get them in your affirmations, maybe look through them and understand why that had the extra emotion for you. But thank you very much, Jenny. We are on the last minute.
Thank you.
So I really appreciate you and your input. And I really look forward to next Thursday to see what you bring. And for our traders, we shall see you soon. And for everyone else, I guess we'll see you tomorrow for Friday.
Thank you. I appreciate you. We appreciate you, Jake, as well. Thank you. And thanks everyone for your positive feedback. See you next week. See you in the trading room.
Bye-bye. Yeah, that's it. See you later.
Bye-bye.